Joining me now is Dr. Robert Davidson, an emergency room physician in Western Michigan and an executive director of the Committee to Protect Medicare, and Frank Wagner, a New Jersey-based paramedic and national spokesman for the International Association of EMTs and Paramedics. Gentlemen, it's great to have both of you with us during this tough time. Dr. Davidson, I want to begin with you, if I may. We just heard some stories there from other emergency room physicians. What are the biggest challenges for you right now where you sit?
Yeah, I'm also in Michigan here, and you know, we talk to my fellow physicians on the east side of the state that are getting hit hard, like that doctor from Royal Oak. Right now, we're seeing many cases come through. Often they're folks that get to go home, and in those cases, I can't test them. When the president tells the governor of Montana that he hasn't heard about a lack of tests for a few weeks, and he tells White House correspondents that he thinks there's plenty of tests, I'm here to tell you that we can't even test people who we think have the disease, let alone people without symptoms. It's the only way we're going to get out of this. We really need to continue the focused effort and not let this one go as we're talking about all the other crises popping up. The lack of testing is still a massive and major impediment to our ability to manage the crisis.
Frank, in New York City, the numbers, they're just staggering. The first responders dealing with an unprecedented volume of medical-related 911 calls, I believe, were like 6 days in a row with just record numbers. Hundreds deemed to be low priority have had to wait for ambulances. What has it been like for you as a paramedic over in New Jersey? I'm sure there's a similar pattern playing out over there.
Yeah, the EMS system, public safety itself, is just being put to the test once again. The hospitals are overwhelmed. EMS is overwhelmed. The EMTs and paramedics were, doing the best we can. PPE is running short. Fortunately, we do have enough. But when that runs out, we're going to start dropping. We're doing the best we can with what we have. I know a lot of agencies have put on extra units. I know my agency personally, we're doing a lot of decon. We're basically deconning for all of Union County, and that's fire apparatus, ambulances, paramedic units, the police cars. We're trying to keep everybody safe. When we go down and one component of the system fails, then that's when the bottom falls out and we all get hurt.
And I was going to say, there's no doubt you guys are
everything we.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no doubt you guys are the first responders in all of this, the first line of defense for the community. Dr. Davidson, yesterday, Michigan reported its largest one-day jump in cases, reporting more than 1,100, I believe. The state now at more than 7,600 cases total. As you watch those numbers steadily climb day by day, what are you mentally preparing for in the next few days and weeks?
Yeah, we're preparing for just a massive increase in numbers of patients and really trying to get our hospital ready to handle the influx. I feel for Mr. Wagner and the EMTs. We're in a rural community. We have 3 paramedic units in an entire county, and when we fill up, when we reach our capacity as a hospital, those folks are not only responding to 911 calls, they're now our primary transfer service to go to higher level of care, to go to other hospitals with capacity. And they're trapped in the back of an ambulance with someone with this virus that we know not enough about, how it's transmitted. They're putting themselves at such risk. People need to stay home.
So, Frank, let me get your thoughts on that point that was just brought up there by Dr. Wagner. I know that you're hearing from EMTs and paramedics around the country. What are they telling you about their biggest needs and their concerns?
It's basically PPE and sheer call volume. I mean, the calls keep coming. When you go to an MCI or large-scale incident, you know what you got. You figure out what you got. You triage them. You assign them treatment areas. You transport them to the appropriate facility. The hospitals are all being overwhelmed, and it's not stopping. It's continuing and continuing. And like I said, when the PPE runs out, hopefully we get replenished soon. But when it does, then we're going to have more problems. The other component to that is EMS as the third component of the public safety system with police and fire. When the EMTs and paramedics are getting hurt, or if there's a line of duty death or something, we don't have those same fringe benefits that the other 2 components have, which we need to get. Not right now, but when this is all resolved, that's what needs to take place.
Dr. Davidson, let me ask you really quickly. There's been a plea or an appeal from the governor of New York to have medical workers from other parts of the country come help in New York as it has emerged as the epicenter. Do you think that makes sense for locations like yours, more rural areas where there may not be yet a strain on the system, to come help in the front lines and then go back to those areas in the next couple of weeks, or should you stay in place and brace for what is coming?
It's tough because in rural areas, we are stretched thin on a daily basis, having adequate staffing on a normal situation just for the emergencies we have. And so it's tough for us to leave our post and go somewhere knowing that we're in a state with a rate of growth of number of cases that is equal to New York, and knowing that our cases are going up and up every day. While I sympathize with what they're dealing with and with the folks on the east side of the state, hopefully there are places in this country people can go, or people who aren't maybe on the front lines, but who can serve in some capacity in helping their healthcare system.
All right, Dr. Davidson and Frank Wagner, thank you very much both for joining us this hour. Appreciate your insights. Stay safe, stay healthy out there. Glimmers of